I had this ready to go, but I want to add some new information for this review. So what we're reviewing here is this box right down here. This is called a warp feed, made by Airgun Designs. Cool cat optional. The way the warp feed works, it's a hopper enhancement, if you will. Natural hopper enhancement. The way it works is you put your normal hopper on top. In this case, it's a magnadrive. And then as you shoot the gun, there's actually a button that does this too, but as you shoot the gun, there you go. These discs turn like that. You can see it. And then those discs actually push the paint up into the hopper like that, up into your gun. Now, what's the advantage of this? What would make this worth the money? Because MSRP, a lot of people look at that and go, well, what makes it worth the money? Number one, it takes the hopper off the top of the gun, so it reduces your sight profile, which is really, really handy. If you get shot in the hopper a lot, this is something you'll love. The other thing is that it also lets you make some impossible shots. I can quite literally hold the gun upside down and fire it 10 times and get 10 balls to come out the end of the gun. Some people, that's an important thing, especially for woods players. How many times have you found yourself in that really weird, awkward position, and that's the shot that you got to take? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Some disadvantages real quick. First of all, the weight issue. Yeah, it kind of unbalances the gun pretty severely. A lot of people don't like that. And also a lot of people don't like the fact you really can't shoot switch. It's really hard to sneak your other hand in there very quickly and go back and forth. You're supposed to actually shoot it differently. You're supposed to shoot it like this, and then when you roll out the other side, you just tilt the entire gun sideways. So that's their technique with this. And a lot of guys just can't get their heads around that, and I understand that. So, I mean, this is not a product for everybody. This is mostly a product for, if you're looking for something that's going to take the hopper off the top of the gun, you're looking for something that's going to let you make impossible shots, you're looking for something that's going to be a nice addition, if this is your kind of play is what I'm getting at, then you might consider this. If you're one of these guys who runs light and fast and you're trying to shave as much weight off the gun as you can, forget it. Then just move on. Now, here's why I'm adding this from this weekend. This is actually my configuration from the scenario game this weekend. And one thing that I found is that this is a showstopper. Quite literally, people were walking past guys with really expensive guns, really shiny, blingy guns, and asking me what this was, where to get it, how much was it. It's fresh to them because they haven't seen one in years, even though I'm kind of in the birthplace of it. But you're going to get attention with this. People are going to stop and look, and people are going to ask you lots and lots of questions because it's unusual. So keep that in mind. If you're kind of one of the reserved kind of people, you might, if you really want it, I'd get it anyway. You might meet some interesting folks this way. And I do want to add this too. There is one other option for power feed on guns. This isn't the only force feed like this. There's actually the Q loader. Okay, there's a reason I'm not going to review the Q loader. I actually had one. I tried it for 3 weeks. It sucked. I actually went as far as to contact the company and ask them for help, and they really couldn't help me out. Basically, I broke a case of paint over a period of 3 weeks, did a hell of a lot of cleanup, not only of the loader, but of my floors. And ultimately, the hoppers, the actual Q loader themselves, just disintegrated. They just gone because of how many times I've taken them apart to clean them because the paint was just being munched in there. So, Q loader, absolute waste of time in my opinion. Don't even bother with it. Some people love them, but I couldn't get it to work. The way this avoids that problem, let me show you this. You see these discs there? Those discs are rigid enough that it actually holds paint very securely, but they also have a lot of give to them, so that if this is already full, the discs will just slide past the paint. So what that means is if you fire one shot, those discs will rotate, but it won't push the balls into each other and it won't make soup out of the paint, which is really nice. And that actually kind of brings me to another thing, rate of fire on this. Well, the rate of fire is dependent fully on your power source. This is kind of a weak 9 volt, so that's why it's not spinning as fast. If I put a fresh 9 volt in there, it would just go. You can probably go to the AO forums, and they probably still remember how to juice one of these things up, how to add more power to it, but I'm not even going to try to do that. Best bet, go to AO, ask those guys. They know more about this than I would. Other than that, it's a decent product. I liked it. I've had one of these for years, and I really like it. But the one thing I find is that it's hit or miss. You either love it or you hate it. There's really not a lot of middle ground on this. So, in order to find out if you're the kind of person that would like it, what you really want to ask yourself is, would you have a use for it? And if the answer is, well, maybe, or no, then don't bother. If it's something that you're looking at and saying, yeah, that would solve a lot of my problems, that's really the kind of person who would probably enjoy this more than anybody else. So kind of ask yourself a couple questions. If you have any questions about the product specifically, comment down below. I'll see what I can do for you.